You know, Fabbbyyy and Matt, they talked about it a little bit on the desk. They have been having sort of a rough split here towards the end of the split, even though right when they came in, there was a big boost to confidence and boost to team morale as well.
And Fabbbyyy is much more of that role player, the guy who's going to be in the back line, not doing as much damage, but he plays these supportive champions. And Ashe is something that has been huge for both these AD carries. Actually, the most picked champion for both Fabbbyyy and Stixxay on the last patch.
Yeah, we're talking about how important this pick is going to be for both of these teams. You talk about Fabby's playstyle, it has been that backline sniper. He has some of the lowest damage per minute numbers because he's playing all this Jhin and Ashe. You know, he wants to fire those ultimates long range to start off the fights for people.
Well, we've kind of flown through this draft, actually. Karma, Gragas, another first 3 picks for CLG and TL. Snapped off Tahm Kench and the Ashe, like you mentioned. Lourlo going to go back to Aurelia. There's a Rek'Sai over for Dardoch, and CLG are almost done as well.
This top lane matchup is going to be so important. One of the most played champions for Lourlo has been this Aurelia. It has the advantage in the matchup against Darshan, but Darshan has been comfortable picking it.
And it's crazy because the last time these two teams played in Week 8 in the regular season, Darshan was blind picking the Gnar, and he was getting counterpicked by the Aurelia there of Lourlo. Lourlo, he had some success in the 1v1. Sometimes he dove too far and, you know, died to the turret trying to kill Darshan. It was really back and forth between those two guys. And we'll see if the nerves have calmed down in this game, because game number 1 of this best of 3 is going to be so important for momentum.
Absolutely massive. And I'm excited to see how this Tahm Kench is going to be played. It's something that we saw a lot yesterday from C9. You know, the rotations with this Tahm Kench, shove in your opponents with the Ashe early in the game, make rotations.
Yeah, Ashe arrow to stun someone, Tahm Kench, then you show up. It's like the old season 1 Ashe arrow and teleport next to him. Very good pick opportunities here. And with Lourlo on that Aurelia, if he does get the lead versus Darshan and the Gnar and has that kill pressure, that will open up the map here for Team Liquid. Oh my goodness, very quick bans here.
Yeah, we've
LeBlanc for Fenix.
Actually finished the draft already. Syndra Jhin with the last picks for CLG, starting to see Syndra in particular pick up. And Fenix says, all right, come at me. I'll pick an assassin as well.
I absolutely love this matchup because Syndra does have, you know, the knockback or even if you get the ball down in time, a stun to stop the damage from LeBlanc's distortion. But there's kill pressure on both sides, and it's actually really fun to see if they decide to build fully offensively or rush for the magic resistance and try and clear.
It's going to be a lot of pressure on the junglers. Which lane do you go to with these assassins in the mid lane that can really snowball? If Syndra gets too far ahead, you simply press your ultimate on LeBlanc, LeBlanc dies, and vice versa. And there's also this matchup that can be very heavily tilted in the top lane, so a lot of pressure here early on to Xmithie, to Dardoch. Where are they going to go?
Well, I love it. The opening draft's very solid for both teams here, and potential some explosive action, particularly in the mid lane. Feels like the teams kind of knew what they wanted coming into the first game. That's very common. Preparation's been on point for both sides, but the play, of course, is going to determine how that works out. So I guess we'll find out as we begin this best of 5. Get online and share your predictions on Twitter. Join the conversation using the hashtag CLGWin or the hashtag TLWin. And we'll monitor that and bring you the results of the poll throughout the show. We're expecting it to be a pretty long series. I guess we'll find out here as we move into game number 1.
Yeah, very exciting moving into this. I mean, both of these teams have had very tumultuous summer splits. That's why they've ended up, you know, number 4, number 5, right next to each other. Talked about it a little bit with CLG coming off their highs of MSI and international play. In the regional play, they have struggled, as well as Team Liquid, you know, changing up players.
Huhi is going to be going with the Ignite here on Syndra. Fenix is playing with that TP, so the potential to kind of go more for that split push type game later on.
There are so many things to set up here because Champions Select went so quickly. Yeah. With the setup here, both bottom lanes do have so much utility, and they can start off fights on either side. The rush for armor penetration for Stixxay on the Jhin. Well, we'll talk about team stuff later as CLG are going in for their typical early invades. I just barely see Huhi.
I mean, that's team stuff. CLG invading as a team there with 3 members, but was spotted there by Fenix, who he barely envisioned. Just not quite there in the fog of war. Ward there as well is going to spot Stixxay, and Team Liquid's dueling going to try and play safe here.
It was actually pretty key because I think they were trying to do a cheeky invade, try to catch Ashe in this bush down here. Pretty big that they spotted Syndra.
Well, good stuff there, but CLG are going to move out. Like we've seen so often in 6.15, we are expecting standard lanes in pretty much every game. There are some things you can do to sort of push and pull as the game goes on later, see if you can't get that first turret gold. But for now, we are going to set up our standard.
Yeah, that's something I actually really enjoyed and want to talk more about, because you can still do, pushing opportunities and try and do, later lane swaps. Or if you have a super hard winning lane, just call the jungler to your lane and try and push down the early bottom turret. That's why bottom lane matchups are so important in the 2 versus 2, and that's why they're going to go invade here. Make sure that you can't get that Gromp. Team Liquid say, oh, they dropped a ward obviously on this. We're not going to take any damage from it. But getting control of the bottom lane can have huge ramifications now, because there's no extra reduction on champion damage to turrets early on. And if a bottom lane is winning and keeps the other team under their turret, jungler comes over, you get a huge burst of gold and a lot of big early momentum.
Yeah, really going to have to track the lane pressure from these two teams, because it's not just about the kills, it's about who's going to be able to get that. Both laners trading aggressively. Fenix is going to get the best of that one in the mid lane.
Level 1 mid-trade's always curious, but it looks like Fenix did win that first one.
And this matchup does get scary for Huhi if there's a jungler intervention here. But if he ever has to burn his summoners early on, then you have to have wards to watch out. LeBlanc is so good at setting up ganks, and Rek'Sai is very good at complementing them. So we'll see if Huhi just tries to stand his ground. There is opportunity for counter ganks with the Ignite as well. Phoenix has to be careful.
Yeah, something key to track as well is in the bot lane here. CLG is the ones with the early push, and that is so important as Karma. You can get these Qs off on the champions under turret very easily, and Tahm Kench is so easily avoided when you can see the tongue.
Here we go. There's that jungler move mid, trying to get vision. Dardoch was the one to get there first. Rewarded with about 200 HP off of Xmithie, and he will establish dominance around that mid lane.
He's actually kind of hanging around, perhaps wants to ward him off that red buff.
Damage in there onto Huhi though. Fenix able to chunk him out. Dardoch though spotted by a ward. Might be looking for a dive here.
Yeah, Huhi was actually placing that ward. Yeah. That's how he got chunked out. That should be communicated to Dardoch so he doesn't waste any more time. But you can see the chain of events here. Jungler establishes dominance where Dardoch gets the health off of Xmithie. Then that allows Fenix to go aggressive. His assassin in the mid lane gets a little bit of chunk off of Huhi as well. These are very small things, as they didn't result in much gold at the moment, but small pieces of control do start to snowball the matchup.
It's all interconnected, right? Because Aphro had to come up and help his jungler because his jungler got chunked out, which means Stixxay has to CS under turret, which means they give up their pressure there. So everything here is making a big difference.
And the frog at home, back in the bushes here, in the weeds. That's exactly where he wants to be. You don't get shot is the biggest part of it, but you can also get off those tongue lashes and try and work with Ash's kind of lane control and early shove that she does have a bit over Jhin.
Ooh, that's a miss from Fenix actually. Huhi does miss the stun as Fenix got an early blue buff there. Dardoch able to donate that one over. Xmithie got frisky in the other side of the jungle trying to get some vision down. And like you said, it is little things, but everyone's just jockeying for a little bit of positioning. Like Xmithie right here going to look for a gank, but already warded out by Team Liquid.
Yeah, both junglers actually alerted to the other's presence. The deep wards there from CLG do see Dardoch, which allows Xmithie to go for his play, but immediately walks over a ward, and he can see reactively in the way that Lourlo's acting. There's obviously a ward here in the tri-bush, and they both back up. Really good tug of war here in the mid lane. This matchup, you have to have confidence as a Syndra player, because if you just start running and you balk at every offensive move LeBlanc goes for, she's going to slowly chunk you out, slowly whittle you down, and you're going to lose out on CS.
This could be bad news for Stixxay though. He's exhausted down. Fabbbyyy still looking for it. Heal burnt by CLG. Matt is not going to get snared. Still shots being fired, but Team Liquid handily win that trade.
Yeah, not quite the all-in like we saw with C9 display
nice
getting
stun.
their kills.
Phoenix, maybe another one in trouble. Good slow there. Great follow-up on the Q there for Huhi.
Has to be careful because Ignite is available. This may mean Fenix is going to base.
Does have teleport, so can get back pretty easily if he wants to, as Xmithie's crept his way back in.
Yeah, Lourlo's in trouble here. He's far up.
Have to be very careful. Darshan now in Mega Form. There's the body slam. Lourlo forced to flash. Flash ball is going in, and first blood goes to Xmithie.
What a good return gank there from Xmithie. Now they saw the ward. He communicated it. It's in the river here. Gragas can do very sneaky ganks, and Darshan started that trade off pretty well with Lourlo deep. We talked about how important the snowball of a top lane matchup is going to be in this game, and Darshan and CLG get the early lead.
And you had talked about those late lane swaps, and look what CLG is doing. They're rotating their bot lane to top. They can push Darshan back, and they could potentially go for a 4-man dive here.
And the tower defense has dropped off. It's only 5 minutes now, the reduction on champion health, so top lane is just as viable as bottom lane for those plays.
Lourlo has no idea the bot lane is here. He's going to have to play this very carefully.
Well, it's just Mini now right now, but the rest of CLG will show their hand. CLG should be able to chunk out this turret. They've got a nice big wave built up for it, and you can see Lourlo completely zoned off the wave already.
If they can get first tower blood here for Darshan, this could massively tilt the matchup in his favor.
Oh, everybody from Team Liquid is coming up. They're all attracted by this 4-man push on top side. CLG do have wards in their tri-bush, and they're about to be dead.
Turret is dead, but can they get out safely? That might be the question. Team Liquid going to start something. Lourlo going to move in, but he just wants to CS.
They don't have more people to commit. There's no extra resources here. Team Liquid, they all arrive to just see their building destroyed here. So first blood for CLG, first turret for CLG, and that is the big boost that they needed to get off in this game. Huhi's now level 6 on Syndra 2, so he feels so much more confident in that matchup. If you have the Ignite and the ultimate, you can just trigger your ultimate as LeBlanc is coming in if she's low health, and ignite her, she'll die even through the passive.
Yeah, very dangerous. And with Darshan TPing down to the bot lane, now Fabbbyyy has to be careful. There's going to be the bot lane duo once again to top side for CLG to hold onto their turret. Really smart rotation, and that's something playing very, very well around this 6.15 patch change.
I'm not surprised that CLG picked on this early, and these are the adaptations we talked about that are possible, even though there's a less likelihood of super early on lane swaps. There's so much importance of the early objectives of those turrets. CLG don't mess around. See if they can actually use that, though, to snowball this game.
A lot of credit to the coaching as well. Guys talked about it on the desk that gave the edge to Zix in that coaching matchup, and this is a strategical thing. This is something that they have planned out. It's pre-orchestrated, and it worked out big time.
And you can see the lead they've got as a result of it. 1,500 gold up already. CLG up that first kill and that first tower. Things looking great so far. Huhi now going to get himself the blue buff, and CLG are going to hold in some inverted lanes for now, because you know what? Maybe they just don't feel like going for the Ocean Drake. You can see the win percentage there on your screen. No TL currently winning the fan vote there at 56%, but maybe after that first tower going down, CLG fans going to wake up.
Yeah, I have to say, this is looking very good for them. Fabbbyyy actually not level 6 yet, so Jhin ultimate definitely very threatening. They have Xmithie up on top side as well to accompany them with this push, as you can see when they scroll down here. So that's not just them blindly pushing past the turret. They've got plenty of vision. They have their jungler around, and they might actually even collapse on the Team Liquid duo here.
They could. They're pretty far up here, and this is a level 6 Gragas. The gank impact that Xmithie is going to have here will be huge. He also has his flash available, so we can look for that.
Huhi, I think, also trying to make some moves as well, but it looks like CLG was spotted by some wards there near the Raptor pit. Dardoch also busy counter jungling on the other side of the map. He does have that Tiamat.
Focus on objectives here for Counterlogic Gaming as they swing their duo lane down to the mid lane and want to get the turret rather than going for the risky play on the duo for kills. You pressure LeBlanc. She has a hard time getting CS under turret because her only wave clear, the distortion, puts her in danger. There's the arrow!
Oh, swing and a miss. Actually, it's Xmithie, but he's a little too far away and a little too tanky. Gragas in his big belly will tank that one, but CLG not gonna get sniped out this time.
Every time an arrow shot off, big anticipation.
One
there.
for one. Nailed it.
Well, CLG still sieging in here, actually. Pretty good comp to try and maybe get someone out from under the turret. TL are defending, but CLG not done yet. Ooh, Phoenix has to be careful.
That's that knockback interaction we were talking about with the LeBlanc and Syndra matchup. And as we calm down here a little bit and CLG kind of sit on their lead and supplant their control, you can see their wards moving into the Team Liquid jungle. This does not bode well for a Team Liquid team that has been one of the most emotional and snowbally teams in the LCS that we have ever seen.
Also, one of the biggest advantages for TL coming into this is supposed to be Phoenix's laning. Guess who won lane without the TP?
I can guess. It is Huhi.
Nailed it.
But he has Ignite. Anyways, what I was talking about with the snowballing here for Team Liquid, we have some really, really clear stats for them. They have actually won every single game in the normal season where they had a gold lead at 20 minutes and lost every single game where they were behind at 20 minutes. the early lead here for CLG. Actually, Darshan does have the enemy jungler behind him, so he might get a little bit too aggressive here. Dardoch's waiting around to punish him.
Oh, Darshan, good nod there, but knees. Dardoch now going to spring the trap. Darshan reads it out, does hop himself out of the way. And nice evade there on that gank. Darshan 1v2, no problem at all.
Yeah.
And that's something that has been a problem for Darshan. Had been dying a lot to these ganks early on, and avoiding that is going to be critical for CLG.
Yeah, he actually has the most deaths for a top laner in 1 versus X, X being more than 1 enemies for any North American top laner.
Fenix still with that blue buff, but really just trying to shake off some of the pressure. You can see when one of these champions in mid does get an advantage, how simple it can be to convert. I mean, Syndra, very straightforward as far as comboing he goes. Fenix, if he's going to get bursted out, he knows that he can't really do anything 1v1. And CLG aren't even just bringing him anymore. They're continuing to chunk out Fenix and try and siege up the turret again, perhaps.
Another critical level 6 reached here for TL as Tahm Kench hits that 6, and they're going to have to watch out for the rotations with this ultimate. It's very, very strong.
Yeah, I do think that if you're looking at it from Team Liquid's perspective, this is what they have to put everything on. An arrow, a Tahm Kench ultimate, catching someone off guard, right? They've got a LeBlanc. They have to pick people, right? They want to split the map. Lourlo, allow him to try and split push on the Aurelia. The only problem for him now is he's behind in the Trinity Force race. The Frozen Mallet's already done for Darshan, so Darshan feels really confident at this moment in the 1 versus 1.
And it's going to be critical for Lourlo to not give up too much ground at this item break point, because if you start getting too far ahead with this Frozen Mallet, you could just chase someone down and kill him.
Team Liquid, though, they are trying to play to
They're going.
They're going for their pick. The arrow does miss.
Not good news there, but Aphromoo and Stixxay could still be in trouble. Matt going to ride Dardoch in, but Jim maybe going to turn it around. Matt, he gets chunked.
They committed the teleport for that play, too, and Huhi!
That's it! Oh, Xmithie! Thanks to get Fenix up under the turret. The ignite there. Huhi flushes forward and gets it.
Just why I talked about standing your ground in the LeBlanc Syndra matchup. He hits the stun, he hits the ultimate, and the ignite flashes over even to make sure he gets the kill.
Such a confident play there. Full committal from both players. Flash is blown. They get the kill. They're going to look to try to get more.
And Huhi and Xmithie starting to really play well together. Now Darshan, he's chasing Lourlo. Frozen Mallet's going to make this a real rough time for Aurelia. Lourlo forced to flash up, but Darshan going to keep chasing. Hops forward, needs a few more autos. Oh, doesn't proc the Hyper, but the heal is barely going to keep him alive.
But it's the mid lane turret, the bigger goal here, and the ultimate pop by Stixxay.
Oh, there's tag Matt. I think he's still got someone in his mouth. No, he did spit out Lourlo already. Puts up the shield, keeps himself safe, but CLG going to get mid-turret.
All right, Team Liquid needs some in-game leadership right now. They need to not tilt. Everyone is talking about how, oh, this team is so emotional, this team is so snowball, you know, the gold league stats and everything. They need some in-game leadership to refocus, because the game is still recoverable, but the history of this team is that they have had a very difficult time coming back from things like that. And especially with the comp that they're running, it makes it very difficult. So they just have to focus and, you know, try and go for those picks and hopefully, you know, pick someone from CLG off, because right now CLG are running away with it.
And here we have it once again. Huhi throws the ultimate, anticipates him, Wing back to his clone. He lands the stun, flashes over, full committal.
It's so good because you pop the ultimate first with Syndra to get all the balls on the ground. Then it doesn't matter where LeBlanc to source back to. There's balls flying in almost all directions.
Balls everywhere, Kobe.
He's gonna hit him. You pop the ignite, and the flash over was just icing on the cake to make sure he got it. But man, we'll see if the Infernal Drake coming up too. That actually bodes very well for Counter Logic Gaming, one of the best snowballing Drakes. Team Liquid, though, trying to get something back right now. This is good for them to try and get some global gold, get back in this game.
Yeah, CLG did take the Ocean Drake, so TL, I guess, effectively trading for the objective. Team Liquid would love a bit of gold. They will get some here as they claim the top outer turret, but CLG still up in turrets, gold and objective.
Yeah, it is smart for Team Liquid, knowing they're behind, to try and trade objectives rather than going for more fights, knowing that they have this deficit that they're trying to work with here.
Yeah, and CLG is trying to respond, already moving down to the bot side, clearing out vision, and they know there's no TPs up, so they're going to be able to likely get a lot of damage down on this turret.
Well, Aphromoo and Stixxay doing work already. Xmithie also making sure he keeps control of this quadrant of the map, who he's going to rotate over and look to steal away this blue buff here to be able to get it as he picks it up. But Matt, he wants it. Gonna try and port them in, but Aphromoo and Stixxay already a little too far away.
They're coming down. TP's coming in from Darshan. They want to dive.
Could be a dive here. Xmithie's caught Dardoch in. Nars also made his way around the other side. Ulti out. They're gonna actually put Fabbbyyy in a whole horrible position. Darshan able to claim him as Mac.
TP was cancelled.
His tower. He's gonna go down as well. The tower's gonna fall, and CLG get it all.
Yeah, it's gonna get worse and worse for Team Liquid because we said they've got this pick comp. The picks are turning around on them, and they're losing a lot of ground. That's another turret for CLG.
Not only did they die there, but they used their pick abilities. Ash Arrow down, Tom Kench, Air ultimate is down, and the TP got used from Lourlo.
Oh, Fenix now a little too far forward. Does get himself out from under the deadly flourish of Stixxay. CLG are going to pull away from this push for now, but damage is done.
It just feels relentless from CLG. They have a game plan, and they are executing it so well. This really speaks to their preparation.
All right, let's take a look at this. They started off with the Tom Kench here. Ash Arrow was not used first. Usually it's the Ash Arrow into the Tom Kench ult, but regardless, they're outnumbered at this point anyway. Wouldn't have helped them. Fabbbyyy gets popped here under the turret, and Counter Logic Gaming just clean up. This is going to snowball pretty quickly.
And Lourlo's TP there was so late that there was actually no chance for him to join in. He would have had to do it a lot quicker as soon as Darshan started TPing.
Ooh, Xmithie. This is Dardoch twice there, but still going to chase him down. Oh, Fenix now forced to get out of the way. Syndra ulti burnt. Fenix chunked out.
And this is what can happen if you do start to get ahead, or even if you're not. You can just use the Syndra ultimate as a way to force Fenix out of the fight. Push him back.
Well, effective use there as Team Liquid maybe getting caught on their red side jungle. CLG looking for it. He's going to clear out that vision, maintain control as they move towards his top tower. And
yeah.
Matt, he's getting slowed forever, forced to flash there.
They know they have complete control of the game right now. They're pushing up mid and top at the same time. They've got vision all over the red quadrant of this jungle. Counter Logic Gaming have been some of the best, most technical finishes. Uh-oh, here we go. Those zoning them off the turret. Going to try and get that DPS on it and earn the objective first. Arrow!
Lands in onto Huhi, not a bad target. Dardoch flashing in for the back. He wants to try and take him down, but Fenix already chunked low. Dancing Grenade, not going to quite connect for enough to kills. And Matt scoops up Dardoch to save his life. Stixxay low, but he does not fall.
Another close fight there, and you can tell TL feel the pressure. They know they cannot continue bleeding objectives. They have to pick their moments here.
Well, done a decent job so far, but unfortunately forced to play defensively as CLG continuing their methodical pressure. Top lane will have some pressure relief for now, though. Stixxay picks up a BF sword. Now going to move his way back over to the other side of the map. CLG, in the meantime,
they're going for a play here with the teleport. Fenix is teleporting in behind them. They don't have an arrow, though, so...
Oh, Dardoch's here as well. Aphromoo gets chunked, but that's the ulti out of the Fenix. Damage is there, and Xmithie's able to take him down. Dardoch now caught out, going to get a double knock-up. Lourlo, he gets one as he takes out Darshan, and Xmithie now low on the front side as Dardoch still chasing in. Slow is there from the volley. Fabbbyyy will reveal them with the hawk shot, but Stixxay's here, and that's probably the signal for TL to back away.
It's a one-for-one trade. At least they stop the Rift Herald because they know this top lane matchup going heavily in the favor of Darshan. They need to keep Lourlo in it.
Yeah, Team Liquid have always had that mentality of, we're going to keep trying to make plays until we lose. That's one of the reasons why they have all these snowballing numbers. Even behind here, trying to pick something up on the back of the Rift Herald. Yeah, they didn't have Ash Arrow, but look at the burst from Fenix. He almost gets Aphro. Again, Huhi gets the stun afterwards. They take him down, and it ends up being that one-for-one as they pop Darshan. And actually, crucial for Team Liquid, they got his flash there. A flashless Gnar is so much less threatening and as we get towards the later stages of the game. So that's at least a huge team fight threat that was removed in the trade for one-for-one.
One thing kind of critical here, going well for TL, is look at the farm on Dardoch. He's actually up 2 levels over Xmithie right now. He is kind of power farming, went for this Tiamat build, and he's definitely a threat in these fights. They're going to try to have to play around him, find some picks. They need to get vision back, though, before they can do it.
Grabbed a red buff for himself also, so Dardoch, as always, they're going to put in work here for TL. CLG's dreams of the Rift Herald, although, are now quashed, as the Rift Herald does return back to the Void. CLG, they're prepping for this Dragon. Inferno Drake up in 3 seconds.
Yeah, and Team Liquid, again, game plan has not really changed. They have to find a pick. They have to catch CLG off guard. It's so hard to do that when CLG have all this warding, and they're grouping up as 4 with the teleport from Darshan ready. Gnar has teleport as well, so it's just a very solid game plan here from CLG moving out is they just have to stick together and not allow Team Liquid to get these cross-map plays that they're built to do.
And one nice thing, though, for TL is Trinity Force is done for Lourlo. They have to try to play around this. This is one of the strongest moments in the game for Lourlo. If they could tilt that top lane matchup, Dardoch helped get him ahead, that could be a way back in.
Well, not much of a 1v1 lately. CLG have been sticking together. Looks like another blue buff is going to get donated over. Aphro on the top, clearing out a pink ward. Huhi going to move in to steal this away. And the push is starting now on the tier 2 side. Lourlo going to have to push the wave and rejoin his team.
Yep, looking very good for Counterlogic Gaming in game number 1. It has not been the story for their whole season. All right, here comes another ult to zone off the turret. They're just trying to get that poke damage while they take the objective here.
Oh my god,
he's died! What? There are 3 people in front of him. Nobody blocked it?
Good snipe by a W. Stixxay.
Team
on point today with the bullets, and the team is left Fabbbyyy to die as CLG claim the tier 2 and looking for more now. Might break the base on the bottom side because Fabbyy's dead for 15 more seconds.
They're going to push right in. No hesitation. They get the root on Fenix.
Dardoch's behind them, but they are down their AD carry. The flank is not going to work out. They don't have a member, and they're behind in gold, so it's CLG just moving right into the base.
Pushing in for more. Can they get it? They stun Lourlo. Huhi
Arrow's available. Fabbbyyy is up.
Oh, it's ignited. It might be enough to kill him, and they're going to keep running in. Huhi
he
does get the kill onto Lourlo, and CLG going to claim this inhib. It is just starting to go wrong for Team Liquid.
Huhi this game, everyone's been giving him flack for the entire year almost, even in Spring Split and Summer Split, and he really has showed up here in game number 1 of the series for Counterlogic Gaming with the Syndra. But let's take another look at this sniping. So the first ones, yeah, okay, they slowed him, but now he has Dardoch. Where's Matt? That wasn't even an ult shot. That was a max range W from Stixxay. And my goodness, Stixxay on the Jhin has been sniping everyone.
The wheels are coming off, Kobe. It's a that's a filter.
Yeah, I know. We talked about that's why, you know, so much importance was put on the first game of this match because of, you know, Team Liquid's tendencies. But like we said, they need to focus themselves and not let, you know, what has happened previously happen to them in this series. This is just game number 1.
Base check. Dardoch slammed into the wall. Deadly Flow's going to snipe him in. Darshan hits the arrow from Fabbbyyy. Now maybe caught out. Darshan a little low, but CLG are going to brute force it. Dardoch dies there as Lourlo is already diving into the backline, stunned in by Scatter the Weak as Matt scoops him up with his tongue and whoops him over the edge. But I'm not sure that's enough for Matt. He now has to flash it. Xmithie follows in with a body slam, buffers it in, and Matt going to pop that shield, but he's probably not going to last the night as Fenix trying to get a pick on the other side. Xmithie eventually is going to take one down. Fenix does trade in, but the Dust Blade is just going to destroy poor Lourlo. Fenix dives back in, gets him done a triple kill. Maybe just turn that around.
And they underestimate Fenix on the side, making a huge play for his team, battling back with the triple kill there, trying to keep TL alive.
Problem is, there are minions bottom lane that are pushing towards a Nexus turret, so they have to clear those out. And CLG, they're left with a bit of control here in the mid. Look, the super minions double stacked up there. They both buff each other, makes them incredibly hard to clear, and that means they're going to lose a turret after the 3-for-3 trade. So it ends up not even being an even traded fight. And Counterlogic Gaming, once again, come away with more. Team Liquid, though.
He wants it. Matt actually does not get stunned. Dardoch going to flash under Huhi and knock him up there. Teleport's coming in as well. TL going to try and join them all forces together. Huhi now forced to run away, and Lourlo, he wants to kill. He does get the shot down. And now Xmithie chased in, going to get snared up there by Fenix, and he can't run. That's going to be another kill for Fenix.
What can they do with this, though? It's a risky play to go for Baron, but the options are quickly running out for Team Liquid, so they might just do something desperate.
They could go for it. They could also look to set up a pick with Fenix, you know, now having 2 items completed. He is at a pretty strong point, and people are going to have to start showing some respect to this LeBlanc.
We talked about it. Team Liquid, definitely a team that plays fast and loose no matter the situation. Showing some discipline here, actually. Not rushing straight for the Baron. 3 members of CLG were up, and they kind of have other problems here in the bottom lane. But Team Liquid know that if they are going to win this game, they need to play it a little slow, and they can't afford to do this. Dardoch going to get forced off the red. It's greedy. He wants it. He will get it. Lucky to be alive at the end of it.
Yeah, Team Liquid, what they want to do now is just hold on to these minion waves, because bottom lane will be a steady, you know, source of money for Lourlo if they keep him down there right now. He doesn't have teleport is the only problem. So CLG, it's up to them to force something on the other side of the map and make Team Liquid break out of the sort of defensive turtley play here. and try and bait around Baron and draw Team Liquid out onto the map. Because Counterlogic Gaming want to keep this game moving at the same pace, whereas Team Liquid are going to try and slow it down, try and stabilize here until they see an opportunity where they can take advantage of somebody mispositioning from Counterlogic Gaming.
Next dragon on the table is going to be an Infernal, which CLG will definitely want to look for, continue to extend that advantage.
That's a really good point. You know, 30 seconds on that Infernal Drake, that will be a huge deal in CLG continuing to snowball the game.
They're actually making sure they have complete control around the Baron area. Team Liquid, definitely a bad idea to try and face check. You can see CLG setting up for something. Fenix going to get chunked out there. Lourlo's still tied up in that bottom lane.
Darshan's
about
looking.
to go Mega, but no flash. Xmithie looking for a flank as well, but CLG know they can just fall back to this Drake in 5 seconds.
Yeah, and I don't know how high the tolerance for risk of Team Liquid has gone up. I feel like you give away the Drake for sure, but if the Drake is being taken by your opponents, you need to get into the Baron and put wards down, because you have to think about the next step. Yeah, my immediate problem is, oh no, CLG's getting this Infernal Drake, but in the future, my problem is going to be baits around Baron that could cost me the entire game. So trying to fight over vision around there is what you do while the Drake is being taken.
Yeah, and step number 1, they get a couple wards down in their side of the jungle, but look at all the CLG pinks around the Baron pit. 4 in that location. They clearly know where the next point of contest is going to be. And one thing, though, to keep in mind, with this inhibitor down, it's constantly pushing those minions into Lourlo, feeding him that farm. And because of that, he is starting to open up a CS advantage, working towards that Blade of the Rune King. And he is staying relevant, wants to be someone who can have the 1v1 potential.
Last wave of supers as well has finished as the inhibs also back up to Team Liquid. Going to feel a little less pressure around the area. CLG, though, it is really some gorgeous vision coverage here around the Baron pit, and Team Liquid know they just have to play this slowly.
And it's so scary to face check the Baron area versus a Syndra Jhin. So much pick potential. We talk about all the Team Liquid, you know, long-range pick abilities, but CLG have the super long-range stuns and then snares if anyone even takes damage. Stixxay has been incredibly accurate with that Jhin, and CLG can punish Team Liquid for even walking over to the Baron pit.
Yeah, not to mention the Gragas. You step 1 foot too far forward, he ults you back into the team, you're gone. They have that follow-up CC, so a lot of explosive initiation here for CLG. They know where they want to go.
One good thing for Team Liquid, the Infinity Edge here finished for Fabbbyyy, so, you know, if he stays alive...
They're looking.
They find someone at Stixxay, it's a good target. Burst going to come in, Stixxay, is it going to go in? He actually survives forever. And Huhi just sniped Fenix on the other side, so it's a trade now 4-for-4 as CLG might look
Darshan's in.
Darshan now, Mega gets exhausted. Matt going to be the first unlucky recipient of a wallop. Now Xmithie's going to knock him back. Doesn't even need to use the Darshan going to keep slapping him down. He does get the kill. And Dardoch forced to run.
All right, what does CLG go for? Because exposed inhibitor on bottom lane, as well as so much vision around Baron and a minion wave mid. There are 3 options.
They're going.
Choose the easiest one. Go right up mid, try and take that turret.
Yeah, and Lourlo is just now basing. They can start getting some damage down on this turret right away. It is a 4 versus 3 here. They have to be careful, though, because Fenix will have TP when he bezzes.
They're missing Stixxay, but still plenty of damage here. Tower is going to fall.
That's the most crucial thing, worrying about the exit. And what enables that exit is the karma.
And they're going for it. Here comes Fenix.
Fenix wants it. He's trying to make a real big play to keep his team in. CLG need to stay grouped.
But no arrow or Tom Kent's ultimate, because they just use those to try and get the pick in mid lane. So no, you know, tools to ensure that they get the pick on Counterlogic Gaming as they exit. That's why you say it's so important to worry about that exit, not overstay in the base and try and get the inhibitor. CLGs do escape.
Very smart by CLG, and it's also the fact that they're being proactive, forcing those cooldowns out defensively.
Stixxay's just burning his ulti. I think he got one shot onto Fenix, trying to poke him down a bit. Did respawn now as a QSS, so won't be caught with his pants down, quite like he was last time. CLG, of course, still applying that pressure. No need to go for the objectives right now. Still plenty of turrets to take. Turret does go down in bottom lane. Team Liquid pick up their second of the game, but this tier 2 is dead in top lane.
Yeah, CLG are just daring Team Liquid to start another fight as they group up as 5. Darshan holds on to his 80-90% Narbar, and there's no way that Team Liquid can get in there without popping someone either down to 50% or completely taking them out of the fight before CLG can react. If they're all grouped up, it's incredibly difficult.
Also, critical Stixxay has picked up his QSS, so even if he gets tagged by one of those arrows or some form of CC, he can get out of there.
Fenix, tagged again. That's a big chunk of damage. Xmithie going to follow in. Does land a slow Fenix. Forced to distort again. Does burn the ultimate to mimic away. Stixxay, beautiful QSS. Not even close for that arrow.
Ooh, yeah. All right, arrow being down, that's a lot less threat. QSS you just mentioned, perfect timing.
There you go.
Able to get out
We
of
can
that
see
one.
into the future.
Well, CLG still applying that pressure. Has slowed things down a bit as Team Liquid do have inhibitors now up. Got kind of a lot to defend here, but CLG haven't really pushed them too hard in the last few minutes. Setting up again that same methodical closing out style that they do like to play. CLG will always make it seem easy once they have the game in their hands.
While they have slowed the pace down a little, they're one fight potentially from winning the game with 2 open inhibitors. You have to know they're looking for that perfect fight. They want everything to be ready. They want it to be on their terms, and then they will pounce.
Huhi still awfully strong as well. We've talked a lot about Stixxay in his gym, but Huhi is at a great lane. He's still up in CS, and he has 3.5 damage items with so much early magic pen.
He's absolutely demolishing Team Liquid every time they go for a proactive play. Huhi at least gets a counter kill. Stunning someone, getting the ultimate on someone. He kills one of the backline squishy members of Team Liquid, even if they try and catch CLG off guard. And right now, he's the one that they have to arrow because he doesn't have QSS, and there's no Mikhails on Aphromoo right now. So that would be Team Liquid's main goal. Try and stun Huhi, take him down before the fight starts, then maybe they'll have a shot here. But CLG are forcing the issue.
Dardoch on the side here, perhaps looking for something.
CLG, though, are just going to plow down mid. Team Liquid definitely looking for a counterplay, but CLG making sure they cover all of their flanks here. Darshan playing up, building up some rage, and the inhibitor is going to start to take some damage. Dardoch takes barely a scratch from Xmithie, but Xmithie is keeping tabs on him. Team Liquid going to have to go at this face first, and that's not the way they want it to go.
No, they want the flank. They want to catch them off guard. Darshan going into Mega here will be tough to contest this. Does TL make their stand here?
We'll have to see. CLG going to chunk out the turret. Looks like no is the answer to that question. One more auto, he's going to do it as Darshan barely turns around to get it.
As you said, they're trying to wait out the Mega Gnar. They don't really have a chance.
Arrow goes in.
Mega Gnar's down. He's getting chunked, but it's not enough. Stixxay moving forward. Dustblade down onto Matt's going to deal some damage there to the Tom Ken. CLG slow down Dardoch with a frozen mallet. Ulti out there from Stixxay, going to look to make some shots, but everything's going wide. Dardoch ducks and leaves out of the way, eaten by Matt just to make sure, but CLG is still down bottom lane now.
The initiation tool is down. Asher was used. They got nothing. It's going to mean a second inhibitor, and CLG are cracking the base.
So much pressure now with 2 lines of super minions. That will be a guaranteed Ocean Drake and then a transition over to the Baron to finish off the game here for CLG. Team Liquid, they have to make another desperate play. Yes, they're down so much gold. They're down all these Drakes, but at this point, you just got to throw that Hail Mary.
CLG's actually sticking around. They're trying to catch them off guard here, perhaps. Now looking to shove this in and maybe hoping someone's going to come collect the wave.
Yeah, we have seen some crazy stuff before where if there's a lack of vision, then some teams have been able to pull crazy stuff where, other team is going to check Baron and they're out for too long and you rush through to the Nexus, but CLG don't have to take that risk. This is game number 1 of a playoff series. No need to jump all the way into the base, just poke around a little bit, see if they come, and now they're going to try and force a team fight where they really do have the advantage.
Dardoch with a nice smite on the scuttle does give them an advantage here if they want to try to fight this, but Darshan is on the backside. He's almost Mega. They have to be careful about this.
Building up rage. Dardoch goes in, but he gets stopped by Xmithie. Huhi stuns 2 in the backline, and Darshan still coming in. Great ult there from Gragas as Hui's getting low. Fenix does manage to take him down, but he is going to get the counter kill onto Fenix. CLG still fighting forward. Lourlo low. 2-man ulti from Darshan's going to seal the fate of 2 more members of TL and Fabbbyyy. I don't know if he can get away from this.
They can continue to chase. Jin ulti's up, and if he goes down, it could mean the game as both inhibitors are down.
Doesn't matter. Stixxay with the last bullet for the snipe, and CLG going to pounce forward for the win.
They draw Team Liquid out of the base, kill them in the river, and then they push forward to the Nexus.
Stixxay flat.
I mean, you got to get there to be in the picture at the end of the game.
Maximum efficiency. The towers are going to start them out. Dardoch can't do anything to defend, and CLG will claim the first game in this best of 5 versus Team Liquid.
What an incredible game 1 from CLG. It's just amazing, but TL trying to hold on here.
I mean,
looks like it's not going to happen.
He's going to do what he can, but the Dustblade's down. The Nexus needs one more shot. Xmithie going to bop it down, and CLG will claim the first Nexus of the series.
Such an incredible game plan from CLG. Everything about this spoke to their preparation from the rotation top lane.